time thinking about safety for myself and for my friends like you. You may have heard your mom or dad talk about AAA when their car broke down or when they wanted to plan a trip. At AAA, we're all about being safe and helping others on and around the roads. Whether we're riding in the car, playing outside, crossing the street, or riding our bikes, safety is important for everyone. I get so happy when I see you teaching a friend, family member, or even a pet something you learned about safety. So what are we waiting for? Let's roll! Hello, friends. Let's talk about being safe passengers while riding in the car. Cars like me are great for getting to school, the store, or even going on an adventure. But with every fun outing, it's important to be a safe passenger. Here are 3 important things to remember. Make sure to buckle up every ride, every time, no matter how short or long it is. Many people buckle up when going on long trips, but don't realize that cars can crash even on a short trip from something as simple as backing out of a driveway or a parking spot. Buckling up every ride keeps everyone safe. To make sure your harness or seatbelt is buckled properly and ready to keep you safe, have an adult help you and always listen for the click. It might seem exciting to sit in the front seat, but until we're 13 years old, the front seat is not safe. Kids are too small and our bones aren't strong enough yet to withstand the force of an airbag in a crash. So remember, the back is where it's at. Let's talk to my friend Sarah from AAA and see what she has to say.
When you're riding in the car, the safest place for kids to sit is in the back seat. It might seem fun to sit up front with mom or dad, but remember, you should be sitting in the back until you're 13 years old. You might feel like you're old enough and big enough to sit up front, but the problem is all of our bones grow and mature at the same rate based upon our age. And until we're 13 years old, they're not strong enough to endure the force of an airbag. So remember, the back is where it's at. Now, whether you're sitting in a booster seat, a car seat, or even a seatbelt, the most important thing to remember before you get started is to listen for the click. This ensures that your seatbelt is working properly and ready to protect you. Now, when you're all safe and secure and ready to roll, make sure you're a polite passenger. We don't ever want to distract the driver. And if you see your driver is distracted with a cell phone, a drink, or something else, make sure that you politely ask them to put that item down, because the driver's #1 job is driving all of us safely.
Hi, friends! We've talked about a lot of important information today, so let's review what you ought to know. Get it? Ought to know? Sometimes I crack myself up. 1. Buckle up every ride. 2. Make sure your harness or seatbelt is buckled properly and listen for the click. 3. Until you're 13 years old, the back is where it's at. 4. Encourage every passenger, adult, friends, or even your pet to buckle up. Well, hi there, friends. Otto the Auto here, and I'm so excited to teach you about being safe when playing outside, especially when we may be near the road. Let's get started. Playing outside is fun, but we must remember to always play in safe places. Playing at the playground, the park, in your backyard, and far from the road is always a good idea. Let's talk to my friend Sarah from AAA and see what she has to say.
Playing outside is tons of fun, but you want to make sure that anytime you're out there, you're playing in safe places. That could be somewhere like a playground or a park, or it could be in your own backyard. But you want to make sure that you're never playing in unsafe places. Usually those are on or around the road. And remember, anytime you're playing, no matter where you are, if you ever see an animal or a stranger that makes you feel unsafe or uncomfortable, always go tell a trusted adult, like mom or dad. Have fun out there. Stop! Make sure you always practice safety around the roads. If If a ball or something rolls into the road, don't go chase after it. Make sure you find a grown-up that you know and trust to help you out.
Remember, even though the location may be safe, it's important to be aware of what's happening around you. If you see a person or an animal that makes you feel unsafe, tell a trusted adult immediately. Now let's review what you ought to know for safe places to play the next time you and your friends are heading outside. Safe places to play are 1. The park, 2. Playground in the community or at school, 3. The backyard, 4. As far from the road as possible, 5. Never talk to strangers, and if a person or animal makes you feel uncomfortable, tell a trusted adult immediately. Well, it's been fun, but I'm off to play some license plate tag at the park. Catch you later. Hello, friends. In case you're new around here, my name is Otto the Auto. For those of you who already know me, I hope you've been teaching your friends and family about ways to be safe on and around the road. I'm so glad you're here with me today so we can learn about pedestrian safety. At some point every day, we are a pedestrian. A what? Well, a pedestrian is a person traveling on foot, usually on or near the road. Almost every day, we have to cross the street at some point to get to where we are going. Here are some important things to remember. Always cross at a crosswalk when they are available. Never cross the street between two parked cars. If you do, drivers likely won't be able to see you and won't have enough time to stop when you're entering the road. Always cross the street with a trusted adult like a parent or a grandparent. You can even hold their hand so they feel safe. If a ball or toy ends up in the road, stop and ask a trusted adult to get it for you. Now, let's talk about what to do when we reach the place where we need to cross. Stop. Listen. Look left, right, left, and one more time before crossing. Even if you have a traffic signal telling you it's safe to cross. Continue to look all around for cars until you make it safely to the other side. Fun fact! Did you know that whenever a car is on and ready to back up, the lights will turn white? Watch out for those lights whenever you're near parked cars, even those leaving a garage. Let's talk to my friend Sarah from AAA and see what she has to say.
Every day, we're faced with reasons that we need to cross the road. Whether we're walking to a friend's house, getting off the school bus to get back to our house, or maybe even just exercising. Every time we cross the street, we want to make sure we're doing it safely and correctly. So, here are some things to remember. First, when you get to the road, make sure you stop before you enter the roadway. Then you want to look and listen to see if you hear any other cars or vehicles around you. The next step is to make sure you look left, right, and left before you cross the street. Do you know why you have to look left 2 times?
No.
Well, when you enter the roadway, the cars on your left will be closest to you when you're entering the road. So that's why we have to look left, right, and left one more time before we cross. Now that we know it's clear to cross because we've looked left, right, and left, it's safe to go. Now, whenever you're crossing the street, make sure you're holding the hand of a grown-up, like mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, and make sure every person is looking left, right, and left before crossing.
Now, let's review what you ought to know for crossing the road. 1. Stop. Look left, right, and left before crossing. 2. Always cross at a crosswalk. 3. Hold the hand of a trusted adult when crossing. 4. Never cross between parked cars. 5. If a ball or toy ends up in the road, ask a trusted adult to get it for you. Hello, friends. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, safety on wheels. Whether we are riding a bicycle, a scooter, or even using roller skates, a fall can happen at any time. So it's important to always protect our heads with helmets. Lots of kids tell me they're really good at riding their bike and don't need a helmet. But helmets are there for accidents if we fall or someone runs into us. Remember, it doesn't matter what sport you're playing. Protecting our heads with helmets is the best way to stay safe. Think about your favorite athlete. Maybe it's a football player or an extreme sport athlete. They all are the best at their game, and they protect their heads with helmets. So what does a helmet actually do? Helmets protect our head protects our brain, and our brains are what helps us to think, to move, and why we're so smart. Let's talk to my friend Sarah from AAA and see what she has to say.
Hey there!
Hi.
Riding a bike can be lots of fun, but the fun can end quickly if you're not practicing bicycle safety. The most important thing you want to do is make sure that you're wearing a helmet when you're riding. Our helmets protect our heads, and our heads protect our skulls, and our skulls protect our brain. Our brain is what makes us so smart and able to do all of the fun things that we love to do each day. So, the first step to make sure that your helmet is ready to protect your brain, just in case you have a crash, is to do the 2v1 check. So, first thing we want to do, hold up 2 fingers. Place them right above your eyebrows, like this, and that is where you want the front of your helmet to lie. Next, make a V. Place it at the base of your ear. This is where the helmet strap should go around your ears. Perfect. Now make a number 1. Put that in between your strap and your chin. You should be able to fit 1 finger. That's going to ensure that you can still talk and breathe normally while riding, but it's also going to make sure that your helmet doesn't fall off if you were to crash. Now, anytime you have the opportunity to go bike riding and there's a sidewalk to use, make sure you do that. And remember, always ride with an adult. Now, have fun, be safe.
Hello again, friends. I hope you've learned some good stuff about helmets and why we need them to stay safe. Just like cookies and milk go together, think of the helmet and wheels as best friends. They're not as much fun without each other. Make sure you always take care of your helmet. If you have a bad fall, remember, 1 crash, helmet in the trash. Let's review some things you ought to know. 1. Helmets protect our heads. Our heads protect our brains. And our brains are what makes us so smart. 2. Make sure your helmet is properly fitted using the 2v1 rule. 3. Just like a seatbelt, wear your helmet no matter how close or far you ride. 4. 1 crash, helmet in the trash. Now, think about things you've learned today about helmet safety. Make sure to teach someone at home. Safety is for all ages. Hello, my fellow safety friends. Otto the Auto here, and I'm so excited to talk to you today about school bus safety. Riding the school bus can be a fun and exciting part of our day. It's important to practice safety when waiting for the bus and when riding the bus. Here are a couple of tips you ought to know. 1. Get to the bus stop at least 5 minutes early. 2. Take 5 giant steps back from the road when waiting for the bus. 3. Do not roughhouse. 4. Never walk behind the bus because the bus driver won't be able to see you. 5. Wait until the bus comes to a complete stop before approaching. 6. Use the handrails as you climb the stairs of the bus. 7. Always stay seated and keep the aisle clear of bags. 8. Never stick our heads, arms, or objects out the window. 9. Speak softly so you don't distract the driver. 10. Always listen to the bus driver. So next time you're waiting for the school bus, find a friend you can teach these safety tips to. Hi friends! Thank you so much for joining me today as we learned about traffic safety. We covered passenger safety, safe places to play, pedestrian safety, safety on wheels, and school bus safety. Remember, practicing safe habits is for all ages. Make sure you sign the safety pledge and don't be afraid to teach others how to stay safe out there. Catch you later!